I'm Dr. Haider Al-Darraji. I'm a medical lecturer at the Center of Excellence for Research in AIDS, which is an affiliated center to the Department of Medicine at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. I'm currently actually working on research on tuberculosis. So basically, I'm tackling tuberculosis both in epidemiological studies and clinical studies, particularly in marginalized population here in Malaysia. Just actually mention that we tackle a very important disease, which is a deadly disease, and it still kills many people in Malaysia. And last year, around 2,000 people actually died in Malaysia because of tuberculosis. And so it's still actually a deadly disease. And the important thing about it, that's what we do right now. We're trying to tackle this disease. We're trying to prevent preventable deaths, I would say, and also we're trying to actually stop the transmission of TB to other population. We tackle a very important group of populations, which is the marginalized population. We think that this group of population might contribute largely to the recent rise of tuberculosis here in Malaysia. In CERiA, we tackle both HIV infection and tuberculosis in different ways. So we're doing both basic science research. So we're trying to find some markers to diagnose tuberculosis early or trying to differentiate tuberculosis infection from tuberculosis disease. We are in the first steps of reaching to one of the markers that we're working on right now. The same thing actually, we're trying to tackle actually new markers and a kind of like transmission lineage of HIV infection actually in Malaysia and linked to probably other infections in the region. For example, in my work actually, we produced the first empiric data from tuberculosis about tuberculosis in marginalized populations that was not studied here in Malaysia, and we found actually very high prevalence of active TB among this population. This was not known before I was starting off research, so it's all novel research, I would say actually in Malaysia, and we're still actually going on to find new diagnostic tools. Um, uh, Finding new ways actually of tackling TB and HIV among those populations. Yeah. What we're trying actually to do for the time being is to recruit many people to join our effort and endeavors to look for the new diagnostic tools and look actually for the new methods of tackling TB and HIV among marginalized population. So what we've achieved so far is we have attracted many donors actually to come and try to give donations to our research, and including, of course, international donors. So we also actually had very good collaborative channels with many universities around the world. We have very good collaboration with Yale University, the United States of America, Columbia University, also in the United States, many other universities actually around the world, including, of course, Australia and also regional countries. University of Malaya is the largest and the number one university in Malaysia, according, of course, to the international ranking. So we have many expertise. So we have experts actually not only from Malaysia but from around the world who are interested to come to work and contribute to the current research interest in Malaysia. We also actually have a lot of facilities. We've introduced many new machines that was not known actually before that. For example, in terms of my research, the first gene expert machine entered Malaysia through our research. So we have actually many facilities that people who want to come and study in the University of Malaya, Faculty of Medicine, they can find it actually very easy to probably tackle the dreams or what they think of they can achieve actually in the future. I hope that people would look actually for stigma, particularly among HIV infected people and TB. This is one of the major problems that face us when we want to tackle actually HIV. So the group of people that we work with, they are HIV infected, they are people who use drugs in the community, they're prisoners. This group of population we think that they might actually generate more HIV infection and more TB cases if they stay in the hide when there is a stigma in the community, when people actually try to segregate them or put them away. So I think including them will help us and help our endeavors actually to stop TB and HIV in the general population. So what I'm asking actually the general population is probably to look more of this kind of stigma, and probably some of the families actually can include their sons instead of actually, probably leave them to the streets and to other friends who might actually send them back to the old behaviors, risky behaviors, including TB and HIV.